Hi friends, welcome to English Study Point. Today in this video lecture I am going to discuss Edmund Spenser's sonnet number 34 titled as Like as a Ship. So let's first begin with his introduction. Edmund Spenser was a prominent English poet known for his epic poem The Faerie Queene. Born in London and educated at Pembroke College, Cambridge, he held various posts under noble patrons with his experiences in Ireland and influencing his views and writings. So he was a famous English poet, lived around 1552 to 1599, and he was well known and respected for his poetry. The Faerie Queene, his most famous work, is a long poem called The Faerie Queene, and he was born in London, England, and he studied at Pembroke College, which is part of the Cambridge University, and he worked in different jobs for wealthy nobles, and his time spent in Ireland, which shaped his thoughts and writing style. So Spenser is celebrated for his distinctive Spenserian stanza, rich imagery and allegorical themes reflecting the Renaissance spirit. This means that he is famous for special type of verse format he created known as the Spenserian stanza, and his work contains vivid descriptions and deeper symbolic meanings, and his poetry shows the ideas and values of the Renaissance period. His major works include The Faerie Queene, which is an exploration of virtues through knightly adventures. This means that this sort of poem looks at different virtues through the stories of knights, and another is a type of the Shepherd's Calendar, which is a collection of pastoral poems. So it is a series of poems about rural life and nature, and also he wrote Amoreti. So this is a series of sonnets that tell the story of his romantic courtship. A sonnet sequence about his courtship and epithalamion. So it is a kind of lyrical celebration of marriage. So this poem celebrates the joy of marriage and love, and we see that he means Spenser impactful blend of classical motifs and vernacular style solidified his legacy in English literature. This means his work combines classical themes with a style that is relatable to everyday people. Because of his unique style and themes, Spenser's influence lasts in English literature. Let's begin with his sonnet. So, like as a ship that through the ocean wide. So the speaker compares himself to a ship traveling across a vast ocean, suggesting a journey or quest by conduct of some star doth make her way. So just as a ship navigates by following a star, the speaker implies he relies on guidance from a guiding influence, his beloved. Venice, a storm hath dimmed her trusty guide. So a storm can obscure the star's brightness, symbolizing confusion or disruption in his life caused by circumstances beyond his control. Out of her course doth wander her far astray. So the ship losing its direction due to the star being obscured mirrors the speaker feeling lost and aimless due to the absence of guidance. So I whose star that won't with her bright ray. So the speaker identifies his guiding star with a beloved person who regularly illuminates his path with her light. Me to direct with clouds is overcast. So the clouds represents obstacles or emotional turmoil leading to the obstruction of the guiding light provided by the beloved. Do wander now in darkness and dismay. So he expresses feelings of confusion and despair as he navigates through his difficult emotional state, paralleling the ship's journey through hidden perils round about me placed. So the speaker acknowledges the dangers he faces when lost, evoking the idea of unseen threats and difficulties in his life. Yet hope I will that when this storm is past. So, despite his struggles, he holds on to hope that things will improve and the problems will eventually resolve. My Hal is the Lord Star of my life. So, here we see Alice refers to the constellation Ursa Major, the Great Peer, which contains the North Star. He equates his beloved with this guiding light that gives meaning to his life. Will shine again and look on me at last. So he expresses a yearning for a return to clarity and joy that his beloved brings, indicating a desire for reconnection with lovely light to clear my cloudy grief. So he believes that the beloved's presence will illuminate and dissipate, means spread his sorrow and distress, bringing a kind of comfort. Till then, I wander careful, comfortless. So he feels cautious but lacks consolation as he navigates his life without the beloved's guidance. In secret sorrow and sad pensiveness. So the poem concludes with the speaker's introspection and sadness. He feels a profound and private grief that weighs on him. Then with this video lecture ends here. Hope this video lecture will help you in your exams. Thank you.